fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight it's the Mystic Pizza 150. These guys here from the Raid iSports Racing League going to put on a show in the super late models here. I'm Dean Doucette in the booth with me, Mr. Baron Labosco. Baron, after last week, Tripp winning the double there, we got ourselves a good one here this evening.
It's good to be back, Dean. What an amazing series we have here tonight. Awesome racetrack here. Can't wait to see what these boys have in store for Thompson. Tripp on kind of a tear. What do you think here, Dean?
He is on a tear, there's no doubt. You got Cole and Shannon right in there, hanging in there, trying to make something happen tonight. But Tripp showing the speed. Can he show control like our keys to the race say? It's going to be about control. It always is in this series. You know, it's a contact sport out there in super late model racing, and there's been some contact. Of course, we got pitting and strategy, Baron. We've seen. Now, you know, tires not a huge concern, but gas is, and you generally have to pit sometime. When you do, can make your fate different, whether you're back in the field early or you're not, or whatever the whatever your decision is.
Yeah, of course you can. And we're going to see that put to the test tonight. This track has a little bit of a wider racing surface on it, Dean. We may see some multiple grooves form as the evening goes on. The bottom is still the fast way around, but we've seen some of these competitors test the high line and make some passes at some very narrow tracks here in week 6. So, week 5, race number 6. So we'll see if some of these guys have some plans for the high line, if you will, but we know the low line is the fast way around this track.
So interestingly, we brought up Keaton Tripp, but I don't see him on our scoring board here, Baron. Is Keaton Tripp not here this evening?
Wow, good observation. So our points leader may not yet have connected to the race. It'd be a shame to see him sit this one out, as he's gone, 3 in a row now. So if he's not here tonight, wide open door for the rest of this field to assume the top spot.
It is, and in practice, as you watch Mark Herzog here taking some qualifying plus laps, I think he's getting a little extra practice in here. I like when guys do this, by the way. But you got right now Vecchiarelli at the top of the board with Cole and Miller up there, and could be a big night for old Vecchiarelli.
Yeah, showing the top spot right now in practice, a good indicator of a fast car and a very comfortable driver. Look for some of your points contenders to make an appearance tonight. Adam Cole, we cursed him about 2 weeks ago, and he's got a fast car, top 4 right now. Old Marvin Termeyer got himself in the top 5 in practice. So we got some guys making a bid for that top spot. Without Tripp in the lineup, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Termeyer was fast last week. Adam Cole's been quick. I mean, yeah, taking Tripp out of it kind of packs him up a little bit. I got to think Brian Cole, one of your favorites, but hey, Vecchiarelli on the pole tonight. It is David Vecchiarelli in the 18 with a time of 19.376. The outside of row number 1, you've got Brian Cole. Austin Miller will start 3rd along with Adam Cole in 4th. It's Marvin Termeyer Jr. starting in the 5th hole along with Cole and Kennedy on the outside of row number 3. In row 4, you got Stephen M. in the 82, along with Jeff Werderman starting 8th. Bruce Pearson and Mark Herzog start in row number 5. Row 6 is Dart and Newton. It's Walton and Chase Werderman in row number 6 or 7. I got to get that correct. Travis Dart in 15th. Maniz in 16th. You got Kaufman, Hines, Dubuque, Roll rounding out the field.
Looking at the chat boards last week, Alan Roll has asked for an invite to the booth at some time tonight. So if we've got him in the race, might be nice to see him up here, chat it up a little bit under caution, see what he's seeing in his front view and his rear view mirrors.
Well, we'll definitely try to get a look at that. He's starting at the back. I'd say if he gets himself a top 10, we'll get him in here, Baron. How's that for a challenge for the young man?
Sounds like a good idea. Hopefully his fans are watching right now. Maybe we'll get a little chat with him later on in the race. The Mystic Pizza 150 about to take green here, Dean. Should be an exciting night.
It should be. I mean, you know, we've seen a lot in this series. There's been some cautions and stuff. That's kind of short track racing. You'll get that, but it's getting a little cleaned up here. And I expect some longer runs tonight and maybe benefit the likes of a Brian Cole starting on the inside here. Vecchiarelli electing to take the outside here at the start. And here we go. Cole still beats him to the line. I'm not sure who had the pole there. I thought Vecchiarelli did. But Cole is going to be there. And Vecchiarelli up the track, 3 wide, and they're wrecking.
Wow. Way up high went Vecchiarelli, opened the door for a 3 wide situation. They couldn't handle it this time, and we wrecked the front of the field. A lot of good cars tore up here, Dean.
Well, that didn't take long, Baron. I mean, my goodness. Vecchiarelli gets caught on the high side. And here we go with a little replay. The 19 machine up in front of him. Let's stop this. We were on the wrong car, so we'll go up a little bit here.
Looks like somebody tried to clear themselves in 3rd place here.
So you see here, you've got the 42 of Austin Miller down on the low side. Now up in front of him, Vecchiarelli way up the track. The 83 comes down a bit, gets into the 42. He goes up, bam, into the 18. The 18 rolls him, and he's done. At least gone to the garage temporarily.
Yeah, he's going to have to tow. But we've seen Austin Miller come back from bigger deficits than this. So stay tuned, 42 fans. He's been known to come back even from this.
And there you see Vecchiarelli along with Miller on pit road. Not good for them. There's Cole, Adam Cole in second. So the Cole's out front leading this thing. That's going to bring Termeyer up to 3rd place with Werderman and Herzog right there in your top 5. An early shake-up here, Baron, and you know, it's tough out here, but you know, if you get out of the groove here at Thompson, you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Yeah, and it was a situation that, where do you go? You know, the 83 is looking for room below Vecchiarelli. The 42 is looking to take advantage of a struggling driver, and we've got the lead cars in a wad. Maybe a little bit early, probably some checking up would have prevented some dented fenders here, but sometimes you got to take advantage of the situation as it presents itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And early on like that, things are kind of unexpected. I mean, they're sort of expect, but they can catch you off guard, and very, very tough for these guys. So we'll see how they get it sorted out this time. Cole now on the high side, and oddly, whoever's starting in first is choosing the high side both times. I'm not sure I like the call here. I don't really understand it. Baron, maybe you can enlighten me.
Well, if we haven't learned anything from the first couple of laps of this race, it's probably still a little dusty up there on the high side. So if you're looking for the whole shot, you better make it stick.
Yeah, it's very interesting here. Adam Cole either on the pole instead of Brian Cole, or Brian choosing the high side. It seemed like we had the same problem with Vecchiarelli, who was supposed to be on the pole, and he was on the high side. So not really sure here. Could be a commentator's error. We'll find out. No, Cole down and away from the high side, and you can see there what a jump he got.
I'm wondering if there weren't any team orders happening with that. He got such a large jump. Either that or the 83 was sleeping the whole time.
See back here, Newton fighting in there. It's Herzog on the bottom, and apparently the bottom not the way to be. You want to be in that middle groove, Baron.
They're making it work. Herzog's down there. He's looking for a hole to jump into. Look, he found one. And he'll be running that middle groove with the rest of the field right now. So very cool. Thompson Speedway throwing a little curveball at these drivers right now.
Yeah, Bill Dart taking the spot up to 7th. You got Herzog back there. Chase Werderman in there, along with Jason Walton here back in 10th place. So the O2 up in the top 10.
Like seeing the 47 of Mark Herzog up there. He's been having some struggles as of late, getting in some incidents not of his own making. Old veteran right there. Maybe we can turn this into a nice top 5 tonight.
You see as we watch Adam Cole and Mervyn Termeyer doing battling. Little reminder of the K/T.org qualifying sponsor there. Go check them out, as I believe Adam running that sponsor on his car, looking sharp there.
Yeah, under pressure from the 16 of Marvin Termeyer. Termeyer looking to take that spot away from him. He's not giving him too much to think about right now, but it looks as though Marvin's got a better car here.
Yeah, and Jeff Werderman's right in this mix too. Let's hop on board with Jeff and see what he's seeing here, Baron.
I love this view, Dean. It shows what these drivers are going through. It shows how fast you got to react to the situations in front of them. And it looks like Termeyer's got a nose here, Dean.
You got a nose, and in the wall goes Adam Cole. That's going to allow, well, actually, Werderman did not get there, but Cole getting a piece of the wall. Marvin Termeyer up to 2nd place now.
Nice work by Termeyer, taking advantage of a situation and making the most of it. He laid enough pressure on him that he got him into the wall there and made the pass. Man, that's the way to do it. Scare them until they move.
That's it. Yes, exactly what I like to do, Baron. Get on that bumper, make them nervous about their braking points and thinking about where I am instead of where they are on the track. Right now, Newton trying to work underneath Bruce Pearson. He's got to run a little wiggle from the 5. He's on the bottom. Can he make it stick down here?
Yeah, Pearson hung out here. Looks to possibly lose 2 or 3 spots here if he doesn't find a gap and get a little settled in here now with the 5 car making the pass.
Ooh, and Dart drives in deep. A little too hard. Had to check up, and we're 3 wide off the corner.
Yeah, that was an unexpected move there, and maybe a little care needs to be taken next time we go for a pass there.
And that mission 22 of Bruce Pearson coming back on the outside and keeping that spot.
Creating a little space, keeping the momentum on the high side, keeping that car below and pinned down there so they can't get a proper runoff. This is about all you can do, Dean, right? How do you fight through this?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to fight at this point in the race. You got to try and keep your spots here, and the 22 trying to do it. Now, this looks like a tale of 2 corners to me, Baron. This track here at Thompson, you know, they look similar, but they're quite different, actually.
Yeah, and the 22's making it work for him. He's giving him all he can handle right now. If he can continue to make this high line work, looks like he's going to sacrifice the position. Looks like the 22 is figured out it's better to let him go by and fight another day.
He is, but now he's losing one to Herzog as he goes way up the track. So Herzog up to 7th. Now Chase Werderman. You got the 3 of Cole and Kennedy in there, and Jason Walton and Brian Kaufman doing battle.
Yeah, we got 5 cars under a blanket right now, and some great racing going on. Knew we'd see it out of these competitors. This is awesome short track racing, Dean.
And you got Austin Miller back in here. He was in that initial wreck, so he's at least a lap down here. And maybe, I think he's a couple laps down, and he is fighting still in the middle of this thing. Brian Cole, your race leader out here, the number 10, looking to come up and take this points lead away from Tripp. Tripp not here. He didn't make the trip this evening.
I love the play on words, Dean, but old Brian Cole getting out to almost a 2-second lead now over Marvin Termeyer. We knew Brian had it in him, but boy, he's putting on a show for these boys tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian's a really established racer in super late models, really smooth. You give him a lead like this, it's going to be awfully hard to come up here and take it away from him. We're on lap 22 of 150. Looking in on Marvin Termeyer in second place. It looks like he might be gaining ever so slightly on our race leader, so keep an eye on Marvin Termeyer. Adam Cole in third position. It's Jeff Werderman. He is sitting in fourth with Adam Newton, who cleared that gaggle of cars. He's in fifth. Then you go back to Dart and Herzog. They kind of cleared away from Pearson, Werderman, and Kennedy and others here, as that's your top 10 rundown.
Yeah, Adam Newton up 7 positions from where he started. Adam's on the come. He's making his way to the front. Really like what we're seeing out of the 5 with some green flag racing now. Adam really showing what he's made of on a longer run.
And Adam, you know, he's been snake bitten all year with wrecks and such. He's got to be loving this space he has. 2 seconds in front, 2 seconds behind. He's like, finally, I can just turn some laps.
Yeah, racing in the Barca Lounger, right? You love where you're at, but don't let those boys in front of you get too far away now. At lap 25 of 150, he's got some time, but you don't want to let him get him too far out in front.
Speaking of too far out in front, looks like Cole starting to open things up yet again. So he's now about 2.3 seconds up on Marvin Termeyer. Maybe we look in on that lap history. You can just see the difference between Cole and Termeyer here. And it's been Cole the last 4 laps. You know, nothing major, but he is picking up some time.
Yeah, and it's just showing that he's managing his car. Dean, you know, if you're not overdriving it, slower is faster when you got this kind of room. He's not under pressure. He's running some comfortable qualifying laps right now, and watching that split, if his crew chief is talking to him, he's letting him know there's no pressure. Turn your laps, manage the car, manage the tires, and let's see where we end up at the end of the fuel run.
So back here now, Adam Cole and Jeff Werderman starting to do battle. The 81 looking stronger and stronger as this run goes on.
Yeah, and he's there, right? He's putting Adam Cole under pressure. Werderman probably not in a huge hurry now. He knows he's got a lot of race left, but Adam Cole knows he's there, and he's either going to have to give him the spot, or I believe Werderman's going to take it from him.
Yeah, it looks like Werderman the faster car, but so hard to pass. The low side doesn't carry the momentum. You've really got to get in there and force your way up, much like you talked about, Baron, where you get right up on that bumper and make that guy nervous.
And he's doing it. Werderman's there. Adam Cole, oh, we got a wreck on the track, team.
Yeah, Bill Dart, something that happened. Looks like the 9 of Kaufman involved as well. So let's go ahead and get a replay on this and see what happened. So here you go. There's Dart. He's got the 47 all over him. And 47 down low. Oh, and he drifts up a little bit. And wow, a really abrupt little bump the 7 seemed to run in. And behind, the 9 just loses it under braking, trying to avoid that. No real harm to him or anyone else.
Could have been worse. We got a yellow on the field. Time to regroup. 33 of 150 down. Probably a little too early for tires, but we might see some of these guys in the back come in.
We bring up our pit board and see, you know, it might be. It's more about gas, I think, than tires. So if guys can make it from here, we might see someone. I'm sure we'll see someone come in, but who? I'm not sure. That wreck, though, Baron, very strange. Little slight contact, and then it was as if he hit a speed bump or something. A little glitch in the matrix there of iRacing, and these things happen from time to time.
Yeah, and we got the 83 on pit road now, Dean. Sacrificing third place now. Probably going to see if we can make an adjustment or two here.
Dirt's in. Stephen M is in. Got Alan Roll is in as well. So Alan Roll, interesting. I mean, he's got to do something, and not everybody's pitting. He can't get a lap back that way. He's not. I mean, he might have got a lucky dog, though. I'm not sure this is a smart pit by Alan.
If he
Roll.
picked up the dog, he just gave it up again.
That's what I mean. I'm not sure
Yeah.
why you'd pit there, but interesting. We're not in the car. We don't have all the information, so we'll see how it plays out.
Austin Miller, prolonged time on track. He's still probably trying to recover a bit from that earlier incident he was involved in. Still looking for him to get back on the lead lap, Dean.
Yeah, actually, Roll was in the. That's who I was thinking about. Is Miller? Roll is on the lead lap, I believe. So nothing wrong with his pit stop. It was Austin Miller I'm thinking about, and he's in now. Maybe getting that information that he is not going to get a lucky dog in this one, so he comes in. Miller, big trouble here this evening so far.
So up 8 spots, Adam Newton finds himself in 4th with the 83 pitting. Newton making a few passes on the track right now. Adam showing some promise, Dean. I like what I'm seeing out of the 5.
Yeah, I've liked a lot of what I've seen out of the 5. That the problem with Adam so far has been a lot of bad luck and finishing races. Right? It's not always just luck. You've got to find a way to finish off what you started. So here he is, up 9 spots. I love what I'm seeing out of him, not only here but lately. But he's got to finish, Barron.
Absolutely, no truer words were spoken, Dean. You can always start him, but finishing him is where it counts.
So Cole gets a good start, but so does Termeyer. Excellent job by Termeyer on the bottom. Wow, and he drifts way up, almost contact there. Termeyer really trying, but Cole holds him off.
Very lucky he didn't take out the leader there, Dean. That car washed up pretty well. Probably shocked him a little bit. I'm sure he's got some designs on that lead. Lord knows if you're the league administrator, you want to lead some laps.
You do. You don't start these leagues because you don't want to race. You love to race, and he's out here trying it. I mean, he's got to be thankful he had the likes of Brian Cole up there. I think Cole very aware of what's going on around him. He avoids that contact, and that all worked out. We look a little further back. It's Adam Cole now in 12th, and then we got a little group of cars here. Travis Dart, you got Alan Roll on the fresher tires. He checks up, down the track he goes. So Roll, a little problem there.
A really nice recovery, kept it out of the trouble there, and didn't ruin anybody else's night. Now that's car control, folks, and that's racecraft, and we hope to see that in every league we're in, but that was really well done by Adam Roll.
Oh, and 11 of Barry Hines, along with Stephen M in the 82, almost contact. Stephen M going to take another look underneath. All that while Kaufman got underneath and made his way on by.
Hines holding him off on the high line. He's up there rim riding, Dean, at Thompson. That you don't see that very often.
You don't see that too often, but it's working out pretty well here this evening, and I think it might only improve as the race goes on here and tires get a little more warm. You look in on Jason Walton here. He's starting to do battle with that Mission 22 car of Bruce Pearson.
Yeah, Bruce on his way back. He had a great start to the race, and he's just seemed to fallen out of the top 5 now. And now he's under pressure here from Walton. What do you think's going on with him?
It's hard to say. I mean, I think he had a great starting spot, and those battles early on might have shook him up a bit. It's kind of a rhythm place. I mean, a lot of them are these short tracks, Barron, and maybe he's just a little out of his rhythm. Looks like he's kind of finding it again right now.
Yeah, and I'm really noticing these cars moving up the track too, Dean. I'm really shocked by that. Look, I'm a racer, but I'm not always right. I thought the bottom was going to be the way to go, and these guys are up there making passes 2 and 3 grooves high.
Absolutely, they are. And speaking of not always being right, I'm very rarely right, right? So I can very rarely talk as well. But here we go. Newton battling with Marvin Termeyer. They got Werderman right there, so a little 3-car battle as they make their way by Mike Menez here, who is currently showing, I guess, a lap down now.
Yeah, so he's sitting in the lucky dog position right now in front of Austin Miller, who's still looking to find himself onto the lead lap after that incident on lap number, 3. So here we go, and we got Newton back in the mix again, pressuring Termeyer there for second place.
Oh, and Hines into the grass. The 11 back on the track, trying to keep control. He does. So Barry Hines with a little bit of an issue there. And he's hitting the wall again. He's not done with issues yet.
It's still going. He's sorting it out. Get the dirt off the tire, Barry. Let's go.
Maybe that's what he's doing, just knocking a little mud off those rims. Out front, it's Brian Cole out here doing a great job, running smooth, leading this thing by over a second now. Termeyer in second, Newton third, Werderman in fourth, and Cole and Kennedy in the number 3 has made his way into 5th position.
Now, how about that? Now, Colin Kennedy really showing some racers' intuition here. He stayed out. He stayed on the track. I don't see any dents on that car, Dean. It looks like he's keeping it straight for the rest of the season right now. What do you think?
Yeah, so far looking nice and sharp out there. Clean. I like the paint. Little camouflage, little hunting style vehicle there. And looking good. Let's check in with Austin Miller back here. And actually someone else, Alan Roll, who did pit during that last stop, along with, I think, Dart, who's in front of him. Travis Dart also pitting. These guys, these tires, not paying off at the moment, Baron.
No, and maybe they will later on in the race. Almost 3 wide there. Hard maneuver to pull off 3 wide here at Thompson. It's a wider short.
Coming up on a lap car as well. Very dangerous there. Everybody handles it quite well.
Yeah, and Men is doing a great job of staying out of the way, letting these guys go on and race their race. I really appreciate what he's doing out there tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying on the low line, doing everything right. Battle up here now. Looks like Herzog starting to do battle with Jason Wharton. And we got a yellow flag. I'm not sure.
Didn't see what happened there.
Looks like Stephen M. in the 82 with a little problem.
Yeah.
Looks like Miller also. Oh, boy.
Got him back on his lid again.
Miller's not going to. He's just staying on his lid and taking a break.
You hate to see it for a points contender there. He spent a lot of time on his roof tonight.
Let's see here. Miller on the low side. Stephen M. on the high side. Miller just comes through there. I mean, I thought he had room, but he was coming through with a head of steam. And I don't know, it's a clash of spots on the track there. Of course, the lap car gets collected there and puts him out.
Looks like Steven may have tried to clear himself there. Not sure.
Yeah, it was a little interesting. I mean, Stephen M. was a little bit up on the track as pit stops going on. Our leader, Brian Cole, is in. So, he's trying to... the bottom was trying to clear himself. Thought maybe he had a little more room than he did. I don't think anybody's really wrong there. It's kind of one of those racing deals where you just meet at a certain point in the track.
Yeah, you get 2 calls, right? You get door bumper clear or door bumper wall. And that's what happened with Austin right now. So.
Yeah, I don't like hearing that call.
No, that means you're headed somewhere you don't want to be.
Rolls back in. Cole comes out now in about 9th position, so this will be interesting. We talked about this in the pregame. Going to hand the lead over now to Marvin Termeyer Jr., who has not pitted yet. Neither has Newton, Herzog, or Walton, or Hines. So these guys haven't made a stop yet. Probably will have to at some point. What do you think here, Baron? Is this smart by Cole or smart by Marvin?
I don't know that we've seen tires make a difference yet. So if that's the case and his spotter or his crew chief is talking to him, he may be leaving him out saying, we run until it's dry. And hopefully we eliminate the tire advantage that we really haven't seen show up yet.
Well, let's skip tires and just go to fuel. Let's assume you have to make one stop. So now Cole has his out of the way, but he's back in around 10th position. He's got some traffic in front of him, possible danger. Would you rather be out front having still to make a stop, or would you rather be Brian Cole, doesn't have to make a stop?
Fast cars win races, in my opinion. And Adam Newton's got a fast car tonight. So his strategy is to keep the fenders on it and let the dice roll. I think Marvin's probably in the catch-22 right now. He's decided to stay out. He's got a good car, but he may sacrifice a few positions before he's able to get on pit road, get some fresh rubber, and then not worry about the fuel situation.
Yeah, interesting here as we see how this plays out. It's Termeyer, Newton, Walton and Herzog, Dart and Adam Cole, Bill Dart and Barry Hines, Werderman and Cole. Pace car's off. There he goes. Termeyer, a great launch. Newton a little slow there on the bottom. It's going to allow Walton to his outside. Looks like Newton's going to have him. He does. Here comes Herzog.
Yeah, lots of pressure all around him. Newton completely in defense mode right now. Dean, he's going to have to make that car pretty wide if he wants to keep that second place.
He is. These guys get it sorted out here. We look a little further back. You got Bill Dart, Brian Cole. Oh, almost contact there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And there's something else going on. Looks like Chase Werderman has had an issue.
He is looking like he has hit that wall a ton. Lots of damage on that car.
Let's get a look in on it. So there's a 19 on the high side. Kid. Oh, and a little wiggle by Cole. Cole gets a little piece of the wall. Werderman gets a little piece of the wall. 3 wide, nowhere to go. A little bump / neck code there, and up into the wall he goes.
Yeah, big hit there. Nice job keeping it off his competitors, but he tried to knock the wall down.
So this is what we're talking about here is between pitting and not pitting. You know, Termeyer, Newton, Herzog, these guys got nothing to worry about. But these guys back in the pack, they do. I mean, Cole almost, just in front of that, so he could have easily been involved in that.
Amazing what we're seeing out here with these green flag runs. Still, these guys on old tires holding them off. You're right, Dean. They got to pit sometimes. All right, put your crew chief hat on. What are you telling Termeyer right now?
You know, I just don't know. I'm saying, is there a way that you could come out here and pit me? Because I don't want to give up the spot.
We'll just hang the fuel nozzle out the pace car and we'll go from there, right?
Something like that. I mean, you know, you got to do it at some point. I probably would have done what Cole did and pitted earlier, get it out of my way. I'm not pitting again the rest of this race. But if I was Termeyer, I don't think I'd come in during that one just because it was only a couple of laps. Nothing's really changed. Why change your decision now? But I think if we go in 10 or 20 laps and there's another one, I think I'm coming in.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. You know, we get to that halfway point. We're going to fall back, so you make your bed, you lie on it, and then you see if you can get to the front. Lots of comers and goers, so the object is to be the comer, right?
Like we've seen this last week with Keaton Tripp. Keaton, you know, many cautions came in the second race. They allowed him every time he kind of passed a few cars and needed to make up some ground, a caution. He makes up all that ground. And that continued until he was in second where he could eventually pass and take the lead. I think what I'm getting at here is strategy-wise of what position you want to be in and when you want to pit. It's really all dependent. It's a luck thing. You might as well just get a lottery ball out of the old canister there and see what it says, or shake your magic 8-ball and see what it says, because you don't really know if you don't know how the race is going to play out.
Right. Marvin Termeyer, now not a fan of a green flag run. We go green in here, he could be in some trouble. Pitting under green would almost certainly take him out of contention for the win.
Well, that's another reason that I like to get my pit stops in earlier, because you cannot count on another caution. I mean, you can bet on it if you want, but you can't count on it. So I'd rather have it under my belt and be Brian Cole. Bill Dart actually in front of Brian Cole. He's in a good spot too, making that stop. So here we go. Termeyer, single file. Wow, single file restart. Interesting. Termeyer gets out here. Newton in second. Herzog third. It's Walton and Cole fourth and fifth.
admin throwing a single file restart. Interesting to get some green flags under their belts. That's an interesting call mid-race.
Yeah, it is. We've seen this before from the admins, and then they switch back to double file. So, not sure if that'll be the case later. We'll see how that plays out. But Termeyer leading this thing. Apparently, he wants green flag from the lead, Baron.
Well,
That might not be the best idea, as you stated. So we'll see how it plays out.
yeah, Adam Newton creeping in ever so carefully on him. Adam, we know he's got a good car. Another caution on the track, Dean. There's the 30 car found himself on the infield.
Yeah, Mike Manise there. He's been struggling here this evening, trying to stay out of everybody's way, but we'll see what happens here. See, comes down in the corner. It's a little loose there, but and there it goes. Round she goes. A little self-car spin. No damage to anybody, but caution does come out.
Yeah, single car spin. Probably some fresh tires on that 30 car. He's got himself a handful there. So let's see if we can make an adjustment and keep that car on the straight and narrow for the rest of the race.
So interesting here. Termeyer, Newton, Herzog, and Walton still not pitting as of yet. Vecchiarelli's in, and Vecchiarelli was on the pole. You remember, he was early on in this race. He was in a first lap incident from the lead or second around that area, and it really hurt him. But I believe he's made his way back on the lead lap now. So the 18 right in this thing.
Yeah, and rebounding nicely from a lap 3 incident. He and Austin Miller got together. We'll see if Vecchiarelli can get himself back in the mix here. A fast car there as he led the field to green.
It looks like he's going to beat the pace car out. So I think he's going to be on the lead lap here. Vecchiarelli in 15th. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
So as we look through the top 10, Dean, I'm also noticing Travis Dart up 10 positions here. Travis showing some promise. Started in the back of the pack, has worked his way up there, stayed out of trouble. Love the flames on that car, so we're seeing the 6 make his way to the front.
Yeah, a little damage on the front. He says if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, Baron.
Going to the school of Chad Knaus there, I see. So we'll see if he's got something up his sleeve here for the rest of the leaders.
Absolutely. That's an interesting thing about today's world of racing. It's so against, it seems, the fans against anybody who gets caught doing anything. Back in the day, it was true. Like, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Everybody was trying to do something.
Look, regular racers, dirt racers, asphalt, drag racers, they're all looking for an edge. Especially these virtual racers that we see here on the track, Dean. Everybody looking for that little special something that gets them a 10th here and there. I don't call it cheating. It's creative engineering.
Oh, boy. We're using the language now, folks.
Just trying to keep it PC. But it is what it is, right?
Engineering. I love it. Looks like Brian Kaufman has retired from the event. Stephen M. also. Jay Dubuque also gone. Mike Manise is out. Austin Miller still on the track. So Miller's still trying to come back from that early incident. Here we go, though. Back, green flag racing. Termeyer, single file start. Back to the front. Everything status quo behind them.
Yeah, lap 75 of 150. We're at the halfway. What was it? 5 cautions now on the track, and we got some great green flag racing from the Raid Super Series at Thompson. I really like what I'm seeing here, Dean. These guys have really made a leap forward in racecraft and raceability.
Listen, Baron, don't be throwing those frags out onto the track. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I did for Adam 2 weeks ago.
right, everybody single file here. Get a nice little run. Looked like Adam Cole was thinking about making a move. Not quite there. He's got Travis Dart right on his tail, so you got to be careful. You try and gain one, you might lose two. Here he goes, making a move to the bottom.
Closed door. You have no entry.
Yes.
Adam's going to have to take another look at it again.
You did not see your pass. You will not be admitted.
Yeah, I like that. Good hard racing. He wants his spot, and he's going to make the 83 take it from him. Good hard racing here between these two.
What about Walton here? Jason Walton, you know, we haven't covered him a whole lot in this series. Looking pretty solid here this evening, up 9 spots in 4th place here, Baron.
Mister, where did he come from, right? It seems like every race we call old Jason shows up there at the end of the race, and you know, you don't talk a lot about him, but he's there. And look, Jason's holding down a nice position here with the 83 pressure in him, but he's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah, he really is. And you know, I wait for those good night John Boy type of things when gets up here and gets a win.
You just eliminated half of our viewer base. The Walton's an old-timey film.
I'm an old man, so the old Walton's reference, go look it up.
Maybe you and I are the only two that remember that show. So,
Adam Cole down off the track.
Oh, big wreck up there.
Oh, and it caused, I don't know if it caused stuff, but something happened with Adam Cole. And let's go all the way back to that.
And we jinxed old Travis Dart there. Had himself a nice race going, got himself caught up in this one too.
Oh no! So it was Walton getting that pressure was getting to him, Baron, and we talked about giving people some grief. He gets up into the wall and down. That gets Adam Cole down the track. Then he comes back on the track and into the oncoming cars and wipes out a bunch. Wow, we cursed him bad. That was Walton there. Let's get a look and see exactly how he handled this.
It looks like he threw the brakes up on the dash.
So, you know, he got in the wall. Now he's recovering, trying to come on the track. Bam! Into Travis Dart, into Bill Dart, down into the 83. Behind him, more carnage.
Now, you hate to see it for the 6 car, and you hate to see it for the O2. You hate to see it. The guy gets onto the infield and thinks he can put it back into traffic without getting anybody. That rarely works, Dean.
It does really work. Adam Newton, him and Walton, the only 2 guys. Well, here comes Chase Werderman coming in. He's got company, Alan Roll, into pit road as well. That's interesting because Roll already pitted, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was already on pit road, so maybe it was fuel one time, tires another. I don't know.
But Newton back on the track. Now, this is all right for Newton. He's going to come out in 11th place here, and he's not going to mind that one bit.
Not at all. And if you're Marvin Termeyer right now, it's time to start thinking about that pit. Mark Herzog in the same boat there. Dean, I'm not driving this car, and I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I'm not the crew chief right now either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I might like to be out there. I like to drive, but it's tough out here at Thompson. It's tough in the super late models. And these guys are having to deal with these things. You see Barry Hines come in. Austin Miller is in. Austin Miller can't catch a break. He can't seem to get his laps back.
Yeah, he's had himself in the dog position a couple times, and they've just not worked out for him. So he'll keep at it. We got room for some other leaders up there now. So we'll see what we get faced with here as the 6 car. Boy, rough way to go. He's looking to get back on the lead lap as well.
He should get a waiver around here. We'll stick with him. Yep, there he goes.
He sure does. Yep.
Up front, Termeyer, Herzog in second. We've seen that before. Bill Dart, and guess who? Brian Cole back up to 4th. This has got to make the heart pump of Marvin Termeyer. Yeah,
he and Mark Herzog have made their bed. They're lying in it. And here comes the early race leader, Brian Cole. If you're in one of those 2 top spots right now, you got to keep your eye on that 10 car.
Well, and Termeyer making a mistake, in my opinion, taking the high side here, Barron, allowing Brian Cole to start right behind him. This could bring Cole right up to second place. So, I'm a second guesser type of guy, or a hindsight's 2020. I like to second guess these guys. I think I'd start on the bottom if I was Marvin.
Yeah, for sure. And they've also made it a double file restart again. So who knows what is going on? Love to find out, what we're doing here with the single file and the double file restarts.
Yeah, I think they're just decisions being made and being changed mid-race. But here we go. Termeyer on the high side. He's got Cole behind him. Herzog and Dart on the inside. Herzog, a good job. Cole does make his way up to third, though. Behind him, a big battle.
Yeah.
On their turn, there goes Bill, I think. Bill Dart.
Yep. Another caution there. Ooh, Adam Newton hitting the brakes. Smart move by the 5.
And he waits. That's a very patient man. I like that move from Adam Newton.
Yeah, live to fight again. That's smart by the 5 car. Hate to see it there from Bill Dart. Looks like he got into a little tussle.
Let's get a look and see what happened here. Oh, and a little contact on entry. And a second contact. So 2 by Colin Kennedy. And very interesting there. That's going to cause some carnage. Colin Kennedy now on pit road after that contact. I don't know if he got a penalty or he is just coming in for service.
Yeah, not sure, Dean. He definitely made his presence known there on the back of the bumper of the 7 car. Couple of shots, got the 7 up into the wall, with the 3 car on pit road now.
So the leader continuing on the track, Termeyer, Herzog, still haven't come in. Is Termeyer finally going to come in? Looks like Walton going to get the lucky dog there.
And look who just found himself in the top 10 again, Dean. Old Barry Hines had some trouble, and he has worked his way back to 10th place now.
Yeah, Barry Hines in the 11, and he can do this. We've seen it from him before, just quietly moving up the standings as Newton comes in with Travis Dart as well. So Newton back in a second time. Interesting call from the 5. I'm not sure what the purpose would be other than to maybe just fix some damage there.
Yep, looks like he probably want to get some things straightened out there. And your pole sitter, David Vecchiarelli there, 7th place now, also finding his way back into the top 10 after an early race incident.
Yeah, watch out for Vecchiarelli doing a heck of a job. The 18 persevering here, and I love it when guys do that. I don't like to give up. There's no give up in me, Baron. I'll persevere, and the 18 is showing how it's done here.
Yeah, like what I see out of him, but he's got a little bit of ways to go. Some fast cars in front of him, and we'll see what he can get accomplished here as we approach lap 92 of 150.
After a decent start here, we've hit a little caution part of the race. We'll see if these guys get it sorted out here. Under 60 laps remaining. Termeyer, Herzog, Adam Cole, Brian Cole, Pearson, Werderman, Roll, Vecchiarelli, Hines, and Chase Werderman, your top 10.
Termeyer made it work. Great hole shot in the last restart. Let's see if Mark had learned anything here as we go green.
All right, there he goes. Early exit. He gets hung up a little bit on the corner. Herzog right on him. Behind them, there's carnage again. It looks like Adam Cole involved. It looks like Vecchiarelli got involved as well.
We stay green.
Still green on the track, so that's really going to hurt these guys. Travis Dart on pit road. That's not good. Up front, oh, it's Herzog in the wall now. That's going to bring Brian Cole underneath him. Brian hits the brakes, checks up a bit, so it looks like Herzog going to keep that spot.
Yeah, he just drove it up there by himself. Must have got a tight condition as he's trying to line up Termeyer for the pass here as unbelievable occurrence of events here.
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes peeled. Anything can happen. Herzog looking racy out here. Cole quietly in third position. He was dominant early, but you know, being out front is a lot easier than being in third. We'll see how this plays out.
I think he's still dominant, Dean. He's made his way to the third place now. He knows that these guys, well, he knows at least Termire's on old tires, so all he's got to do is maintain pace, and he'll go on by him here eventually.
See Newton trying to work on Barry Hines. Couldn't get that done. Up front, the battle rages on.
Yeah, we see Cole take a look down underneath the 47. He's got a fast car, Dean, and he's looking to make something happen with it.
Yeah, it just looks like he's too bound up on the inside there. He's got to find a way to just get up and do the harassment thing, I think, and get on his bumper.
Yeah, we've seen Herzog put the car on the wall himself, so probably not driving the best he's at it all night. And I bet you Cole is taking a look and seeing where he can strike it when it counts.
Few green flag laps here. Marvin Termire out here leading. Herzog and Cole. You got Jeff Werderman alone in fourth. It's Bruce Pearson now being handed. I can't think of the word.
Hassled.
Thank you.
Yep.
He's being hassled by Chase Werderman in the 19 machine. Newton right there. He's gotten around Barry Hines, so Newton's starting to make his way towards the front.
And it looks like old
on
Pearson
contact.
Here. Oh.
Werderman getting into the 22. Newton's going to take advantage and go to the bottom.
Wow. Wow. The 22 has been under pressure all night, Dean. He's been under the gun all night from various competitors, and somehow he still manages to stay out on the track and keep it up there in the top 5. Great run by the 22.
Yeah, nice job of hanging on to that machine. Oh, and Newton's lost it. Down to the grass he goes. We stay green. He keeps it under control, but the 5 again to the back of the field. And we talked about finishing these things. Not able to do it here right at this moment. Lap 102 of 150.
Dean, you called it. You said he's had some great cars and just unable to finish a race, and it looks like Adams snake bit himself again. And the top 3 have separated themselves by almost 2 seconds from the rest of the field here. Haves and have-nots.
Yeah, these guys all alone on the track, and it looks like they're kind of playing a little cat and mouse with each other here. I mean, they're probably just driving as hard as they can, but you always got to think of guys like Herzog or Cole kind of thinking about, okay, maybe we just wait this out for another 20 laps before we get aggressive here.
I'm sure by now both of these drivers in the 47 and the 10 both know that Termire's on old tires. You think they're just waiting him out, or you think he's got enough to hold him off?
Well, Termire, no slouch. I mean, we've seen the speed he can have. You know, I kind of throw him in like with Newton, like, can he finish? He's had some struggles here, but tonight looking very solid. I think Termire's in great shape. He just doesn't, you know, as long as he doesn't make a mistake, he's gonna get out here and probably win this thing.
That would be awesome. You know, he's been out here all night leading this thing. I think he's got the most laps led already, but doesn't he, Dean?
I would think so. I mean, yeah, Termire's been up here most of this evening leading, so definitely leading the most. Cole led some early on. He's stuck there. He's got a little damage on that hood. That could be hampering that 10 machine.
And he's got his work cut out for him. Herzog's not going to roll over here this late in the race. He's going to have to make a pass and take care of his fellow drivers. And we've seen Brian do that time and time again. We're going to see what he's really worth now as these front 2 cars are in it for the pay window now.
Absolutely. Everybody's fighting hard here. Cole continues to harass him, and I like this. You get closer than that even. Get in here, get him worried and thinking about you and forgetting about his own line as the 10 comes right up on the bumper.
Yeah, creating a little bit of a tight condition for him. Get that right front bumper underneath the left rear of that car. Get some wind off that rear spoiler and see if we can't get him up out of the way the old-fashioned way.
see Werderman still, that's Jeff Werderman in the 81, still all alone on the track. You got to go a ways back before you find Bruce Pearson still holding on to 5th. It's Chase Werderman, Colin Kennedy, Jason Walton in 8th, Barry Hines and Vecchiarelli trying to make his way back up through traffic.
Yeah, good green flag run right now. The 22 leading them around like Rockettes. It's interesting to see the Pied Piper and the 22 holding off the rest of this field. He's having a hell of a night. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job. And, you know, he's been under some adversity with some of the contact and stuff, and just doing a great job of keeping that thing under him, staying out here and holding on to this 5th position.
Love it what I'm seeing there. Chase Werderman, you know he's got a fast car. Good driving here by Chase. He's got to find a way around, and when he does, I think he set sail from the 22, but passing him and catching him are two different things.
Well, we've seen that from Cole. Let's check in on him. Cole can't get around Herzog. Both of them have caught up to Termeyer now as things heating up here on lap 113 and 150.
Almost getting into the 47. Cole starting to feel the pressure here as we close in on the final laps of this 150 here at Thompson Raceway.
This is really shaping up to be one heck of a finish. How bad do you want it? And dare I ask, how much are you willing to do to the league owner here, Baron?
Well, I heard Tony Stewart say one time he'd wreck his mother for a win, so we'll see if these drivers feel the same way. I think there's a lot of respect and a lot of racecraft under the hoods of the 16, the 47, and the 10. These guys have been on the track together for a long time now. They know each other, and I think that we're going to get a clean race out of it. But Dean, all of that goes out the window on the final few laps.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm a league owner myself, and I once considered putting on my bumper, I'm the league owner. Do you really want to try it?
Well, we've got Termeyer under pressure now, and Herzog's underneath him. Yep.
Herzog trying to make a move, but that low side, you just can't get the power down. And we got a yellow.
Oh, that's too bad.
Looks like Hines
really
involved.
Good. Yep.
This is going to shake things up.
That was getting really good. Boy, those top 3 were about to put on a hell of a show.
Okay, here's Hines. Get dirt behind him. The 02, and the 02 just a little bit of a, looked like a bit of a violent turn out of Walton. I mean, I could be mistaken, no doubt, but looked like he did a little harsh turn off the corner, kind of came down into him, but we'll take another quick look from this angle and see.
Yeah, maybe trying to keep it out the wall. He got a little too close to the rear end there, yep.
It looks like just the 2 of them involved. Everybody else doing a nice job there at the back.
Barry had a really nice run there, found himself in the top 10, and it's going to be a hard road to get back there again.
Adam Cole comes in. So Adam, one of the only guys to come in here, and you know, Termeyer and Herzog have yet to pit. Now, maybe they don't have to, but they have not pit at all.
Well, that'd be the call of the century, wouldn't it, Dean? You know, they're on the bottom of the track, so I'm wondering if they got the cars shut off as they're cruising.
Trying to see the lap they pitted on. I'm not.
Now, Herzog is peeled to the very bottom of that track, which tells me he's taking the shortest way around, and I'll guess if we had an in-car view, he'd be flipping it on and off there.
So we see here that Cole was 54, Werderman was lap 54. You got Chase Werderman on 82, Cole and Kennedy on 88. You got to go all the way back to Adam Cole, who currently has pitted. There's Bill Dart, Adam Roll, both in as well.
Yeah, Termeyer doesn't seem to be as concerned as the 47 about his fuel mileage here. 47's got it on the bottom. It looks like he's conserving every bit he can. We've had a few caution laps here, Dean. I'm wondering if they can't make it.
I'm not sure. I mean, the plan usually is that you can't do an entire race. You'd have to pit once, but we have had a great deal of caution, so it's possible they can, and it's possible they're trying to milk it. I don't know. Termar's out here warming up the tires. He's not interested in fuel.
No, apparently not. As Herzog has just got it peeled to the very bottom of the track, you see there. Shortest way around, lowest amount of fuel burned. So Herzog obviously concerned. 16, not so much. We know Brian Cole can make it. So interesting that we get here with about 30 laps to go, and different ways to approach this race.
Different ways, and this is going to be interesting now. Double file restart here. This side, Herzog on the bottom. It's Jeff Werderman and Brian Cole, Kennedy and Chase Werderman, and Vecchiarelli back up to where he started last restart after he, went to the back with a little through the grass, but he's gotten his way back to 7th. Here we go. Termeyer launches. Herzog, a good job. It looks like Brian Cole trying to work underneath Jeff Werderman.
I thought maybe Cole got into the second place car a little bit. He was trying to anticipate that start, but he's under pressure now. Chase is giving him all he wants.
Yeah, Chase fell there. He got a little high in the corner and couldn't get off the corner. Now he's under heat from Kennedy. Kennedy gets by.
Now that is Mr. Where Did You Come From? Colin Kennedy was just in was in an incident 10 laps ago. Where did he come from? He's in 4th place.
Absolutely. And we look in on Newton trying to work on Vecchiarelli. Two good cars here battling back for 7th and 8th position. Gets off the corner good, but can't clear him. Down into 3 we go, and they're so evenly matched here.
Hard to get that drive off the corner, even with new tires. So Adams got his hands full here as he looks to pass Vecchiarelli. But Vecchiarelli looks like he might get the run here now, get himself cleared, and he does. So he's managed to stay in front of the 5 car. Let's see if he can set sail and catch the leaders.
Yeah, so frustrating on that bottom. You just can't do anything. Let's go back up to our leaders. Termeyer, Herzog, and Cole, same as before. We're on 24 to go here in the Mystic Pizza 150.
Yeah, and just before that caution, these 3 were fixing to put on a hell of a show. So if you're watching this race, boys and girls, go ahead and buckle up. These 3 are head and hands above the rest of the field, and when they get bunched up here, we're going to see some great racing.
Yeah, and they, the second and third bunched up, and they last time were able to get right on the back of Termeyer. Looks like they're starting to make progress again. Cole still looking underneath, but he can't do anything down there with Herzog.
No, and with lap traffic coming up, it's going to narrow the racing field a little bit, so we might not get a passing opportunity on this lap. They're going to have to wait and be patient to get around this lapper.
Yeah, the patience, there's no more patience. We're down to 22 to go. You might as well say 5 to go at a certain style of tracks. Vecchiarelli coming into the pits. Wow, David Vecchiarelli.
I can't imagine with this few laps to go what he's pitting for.
Oh, and Termeyer! Termeyer's in!
Oh my
Why
goodness.
would he be coming in
leader
now for gas, not under caution? Did he not notice he was down on fuel? Marvin Termeyer has vacated the lead off the track, put Mark Herzog in first position.
Can he make it? Can Mark Herzog make it and hold off Brian Cole for this win?
Why in the world is Termeyer in the pits? I don't get it. It must have been for fuel, and if that's the case, there's no way Herzog can go 20 more laps than he did. This could be Brian Cole's race.
Yeah, he may just have to wait out the 47 and take over the lead when he pits. 19 laps to go. Herzog has got his
We just had 5-6 cautions. Why would you not pit on one of them and then pit 3 or 4 laps into a restart?
I don't get it. Termeyer clearly knew he was on a long run, and I don't get it. Yes, you're right, Dean. 100% right.
The crew chief is fired. No, he does not get any ice cream. He's out of here. Very strange decision making there. Herzog and Cole battling with 17 to go. Cole and Kennedy in third position. Jeff Werdeman right there with them in fourth is Chase Werdeman in fifth. And you got Dart, Newton, Roll, Pearson, and Adam Cole in your top 10.
Yep, nice shake-up here. We are really heating up with this lead right now, Dean. Herzog getting all he needs from the 10 car, Brian Cole.
Brian Cole not content to sit here and wait and see if he has to pit. I still don't understand. Still confused by Marvin Termeier's decision. He's fallen to 12th place, a lap down. So that is beyond painful. But right now, Cole and Herzog still battling, and Herzog still has not pitted during this entire race.
And Herzog, we saw him on the bottom of the track, so if he was mindful of that throughout the race, and we hope he was, so we don't see another Termeier situation, Mark Herzog may have enough fuel to get to the end here.
He must, but I thought we could say the same about Marvin. I still can't understand it. We'll try and figure that out post-race. But right now, Herzog's loving it. 13 to go for the race win here in the Mystic Pizza 150.
Yeah, the boys of the Raid Series and really putting on a hell of a show here tonight. Cleaned up a lot of the racing incidents we saw earlier. Getting some good green flag racing. Amazing what we're going to see here at the end of this race with the 47 and the 10. I love it.
Jump on board with Brian Cole. A little bit of a wiggle looked like from Herzog there. Is that... Oh, and Herzog's coming in. What in tarnation is going on with their leaders?
He's out of fuel. He's out.
With 11 to go, he's run out of gas. I cannot explain, Barrett. 11 laps, not 2, not 1. 11 laps, and you run it dry.
It hurts. He may not make it back to his pits here either. He's real slow on pit row. He'll go more than a lap down now.
His race effectively over. Brian Cole, we got 10 laps to keep this thing pointed in the right direction, and he'll take this victory. Cole and Jay Kennedy in the 3 machine, holding on for second place with Jeff Werdeman chasing him for third right now.
Amazing. We started the race with the 10 car out in front. Looks like we might finish it with that 10 car out in front. What a way to be patient and manage his pit strategy.
And we talked about it. It was one of our keys to the race, pitting and strategy. And I got to tell you, Herzog and Termeier really did a bad job tonight with that. I don't know what they were thinking other than praying that they could make it, even though it was clearly visible they could not. So very strange, but I'll try to lay off that a little bit. Look in here on Chase Werdeman and Bill Dart doing battle.
Yeah, and really, what a pleasant surprise here to see Cole and Kennedy up front there in the 3 car. He's had some trouble tonight too, and has found his way back to the front. He's getting some pressure from Jeff Werdeman, so we'll see. It's not over yet with 6 laps to go.
Definitely not over. These battles commencing. Cole's got a 2-second lead. Kennedy and Werdeman doing battle. Chase Werdeman has gotten by Bill Dart, I believe, unless it was like this already. You got Newton back here persevering to get back into 6th position. How about Alan Roll? He's early problems for Alan. He's back up 12 spots into 7th position. Adam Cole in 8th, Bruce Pearson 9th, and now Termeier shown in 10th position, 1 lap down.
Yeah, horrible to see it, but if he salvages a top 10 here, that's got to be a win for him after running out of fuel with the lead. Heartbreaking turn of events.
3 laps to go, coming down. Oh, yes, it is 3 to go. Kennedy and Werdeman battling for second. Chase Werdeman holding off Bill Dart back here for third. Newton trying to hold off. It looks like Termeier, who's just a lap down, so he's really got nothing to race for at this point in the race. But Brian Cole thinking about grabbing the white flag here in another half lap, and the 10 will have one to go for the Mystic Pizza 150.
Yeah, I'm thinking we might get a new points leader as we come out of Thompson Speedway here. Brian Cole going to go ahead and take the checkered flag for this if we keep it straight for one more lap.
One more lap. 2 corners left for Brian Cole, the 10 machine. Gonna reassume the points lead after this and grab this victory. A great job by Brian Cole. Crosses the finish line, victorious here. It's Cole and Kennedy beating Werderman. Chase Werderman gonna win that. Bill Dart's gonna hold off Newton. Roel will be in 7th. Adam Cole 8th. Bruce Pearson. And then it's Termeyer who is leading. Hines and Herzog, who was right in it, does manage to finish 12th. Austin Miller finishes in 13th. Wow.
Dean, what a great race. Amazing. These guys have put on a hell of a show. Your takeaways?
I think my takeaways are someone was drinking too much tonight. A couple of crew chiefs down there were passing a bottle back and forth and forgot about fuel, I think. That was my takeaway. I mean, my other takeaway is persevering, right? Some of these guys, Cole, obviously, with his patience and correct decision making, took a somewhat broken car to victory lane. But Cole and Kennedy grabbing second, awesome. The Werdermans 3rd and 4th, another great job. Guys like, Bill Dart, Adam Newton, pitting somewhat late, managed to salvage good finishes, Rawl. But perseverance, that's my takeaway. Some of these guys really persevered and got themselves some nice top 5s or even, 6th and 7th type finishes.
Yeah, Chase Werderman up 10 spots today to take 4th. Alan Roll up 12 spots to take 7th. Some great comers and goers. Unfortunately, we saw some guys in some early incidents. Austin Miller sticks out in my mind. Found himself in 13th place tonight, but a sacrifice of 10 spots from the start of the race, Dean.
Yeah, and, some heartache. Kaufman, Termeyer, Vettorelli. Jason Walton was having a good run and had some problems, so some heartache as well. But right now, let's take a short commercial break. We come back, we'll get interviews with a few of our top finishers.
We are back.
All right, welcome abruptly back here to Thompson Motor Speedway, where it was an eventful night, and we had some late, unscheduled or unthought out pit stops there from a couple of our leaders. Cole takes home the victory. Entertaining night here, Baron.
Yeah, it sure was. And we saw some great driving on the other hand. So while our crew chiefs maybe get a C plus on the evening, our drivers certainly get the A plus for what they did here in the raid series.
All right, we just update our points. Let's get a quick look in on those updated points. You can see there Brian Cole up now, taking the points lead, and he's going to have a healthy 30-point lead there. Chase Werderman up into second. Adam Cole, Adam Newton, Bill Dart, your top 5. Then it's Kaufman, Vettorelli, Termeyer, Pearson, and Stephen M. in your top 10.
I'm not showing you live here, Dean.
We're live.
Okay, good. Cool.
Sorry about that, folks. So my mate here, Baron, just unable to see what's going on from his end, but everybody, you guys can see everything, so everything is fine out there. Let's go ahead now and let's get some interviews here as we've got a few of our top finishers. Let's bring in Adam Cole. Adam, persevering here for an 8th place finish. A little disappointing, Adam, but a heck of a race out there. And like I said, you persevered and salvaged an 8th place finish. Adam Cole, got yours on. All right. It looks like we don't have Adam. So we're going to go ahead and move on to who we got here.
We got Brian and Chase.
Chase Werderman. You got your ears on.
I do got my ears on.
All right, he's wearing those ears, folks. The 19, Chase Werderman, finishing in fourth, 10 spots up on the evening, persevering, having yourself a nice run here. Congrats on fourth place.
Thank you so much for that fourth place.
Yeah, man. So talk a little bit about the race in particular. From what we've seen at the end, I'm perplexed still about some of the decision making of our leaders and their pit stops. Talk about your strategy about when to pit and when not to pit.
Oh, my strategy was if I could hit at least lap 75, 80 for those tires, I know I'd be fine. So for that, and gas, I saw around lap 60, lap or so. I'm like, if I can do this stop, I can add this many gallons, I can make it to the end. And those cautions in the middle of the race kind of helped right there too, save those tires for a little bit. Then around that lap, well, I don't remember what caution was, lap 80 or something like that. I went for tires and I held on to the end of the race.
Well, they did hold on. I mean, we've seen our leaders do quite well on old tires as well. Talk a little bit about your battles there on the track. I mean, there was some pretty significant battles you were involved with. I think you were around, Newton and Dirt and Jeff as well, and others up there. Talk about how hard it was to try and like make a pass on the bottom, or how you could hold off a guy being on the high side.
Yeah, it was a lot of good battles with my dad, Jeff. Bill was coming, Colin was there, even Bruce held it on for a good 15 laps when I was trying to pass him on the inside in that middle. But it was hard because they got the momentum on the outside, and if you try to run that middle to low, you're gonna get past on the outside quicker. So you just had to time it out just right on that middle to low groove just to get that runoff, so you can get on the inside of them to get on, past them on the next corner. So that's what I was kind of doing, and Colin was coming. Bruce was fighting off really hard. I thought Bill on the last 5 laps was going to come get me, pass me on that middle to low line.
Yeah, and I mean, talk a little bit about you say like trying to run that middle, like so to speak. You're trying to get up just a little bit more. How like was it hard to stay away from contact with other drivers? And if you're on the outside, did you have to be aware that that guy was right in the middle of the corner, basically, to kind of push up a little bit?
Yeah, on the middle groove, it was where's that outside car? Because you want to give him at least a good car length or so in between, so you didn't push him up to the wall. And on that outside line, was like where's that inside guy too? Because you don't want to get pinched off to the wall or push them down to the grass. So it was a lot of listening in the ears to see where that car was, or looking to the left real quick to see. But that middle groove, if you could hit it just right and get a run, it was a pretty good passing point right there.
Well, I love that listening there with the ears. I mean, that's something a lot of guys are adept at, but the guys who are good at it can really use that because vision, not really the greatest always, but you can hear that engine right beside you. And you did a great job of avoiding those cars and getting through there and hanging on for fourth place. Shout out to your dad there, too, grabbing third tonight. So good job by him. But all in all, a really good night for the Werdermans. Congratulations, Chase.
Thank you so much. And yeah, it was a good run for the Wordemans with the top three and a fourth place car. Yeah, it was pretty good for our gunslinger racing team.
It was. And if you got anybody you'd like to thank, any shout outs you want to give, now's the time, Chase.
First, I want to thank Gunslinger Racing with setting up a good strategy for our for our racers today. I want to thank Marv for helping us set this league up. You guys broadcasting us, and I also want to thank my dad for helping me along with all these where to brake, how to drive the car, and everything like that. So, and I want to thank XR with helping us get our cars to racetracks each week.
All right, Baron, that was Chase Werderman, our fourth place finish, and I believe you're sitting down there with our eighth place finisher.
Yeah, I got Adam Cole here. Hey, Adam, you're out of the room now.
And Adam not really wanting to talk here tonight, so let's go ahead and Baron, I think we're gonna let you have Brian Cole here tonight.
And Brian makes his way to victory lane with me here. Brian, my goodness, what a night you had tonight. Can tell me a little bit about what happened with you. Start of the race looked great, and then tell me what happened.
Yeah, I got a good start. First off, make sure, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
10-4. Yeah, I got a good start. Got out front, and it's so hard to pass here. So just I wanted really worked on qualifying runs and practice because I really wanted to be on the front row, and knew I was gonna have to get gas, and I wanted to pit really early because I'd rather have worn tires and be up front at the end than have better tires and be mid pack, because as y'all could see, it was just impossible to pass. I mean, you can be faster than somebody, but you just unless the guy in front of you made a mistake, um, or you could get to his outside, you really couldn't pass on the inside. So uh, I actually pitted a little later than I really wanted to. And then there towards the end, when Marvin and Mark were up there, I was wondering if they had pitted, really early and got gas. And then I thought, well, maybe they just, with all the cautions, they're going to be able to make it the whole way. And um, then I saw they both, had to pull off. So just in the right place at the right time. And I hate um, Austin and David had trouble there because they were both really fast.
Yeah, early incidents really took them out of the race. Brian, we watched the top three towards the end of that race. You, Termeyer, and Herzog, gearing up for a hell of a battle. Did you have something for them if they don't run out of gas?
No, I don't think I did. I would press a little bit to try to get up to Mark and just hopefully he would, try to get close to him and try to make him make a mistake. And but I may have been a little faster, but there's no way I was going to pass him unless they made a mistake. I was really hoping that Mark and Marvin would get to battling, and I thought, well, then I'm just going to back off and hope, just hope they make contact because I really thought that was the only way I was going to win the race because there's no way I was going to pass them, not at this track.
Well, plenty of contact tonight. We had a few cautions, cleaned it up from the last few races. Brian, amazing race. How's it feel to be the points leader tonight?
It feels pretty good, but I think we've got 14 total races counting the twins, and I think with the way the points deal is, you can drop 5, so really need to get these wins because you got a lot of drops. So the points might be a little deceiving because with the drops coming up later, but I've stayed out of trouble and finished up front for the most part. So I've got a few good tracks, some of my pretty good tracks coming up, I believe. So hopefully I can continue to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and keep the fenders on it. So, Brian, great run tonight. Amazing run to the lead of the points. Who you got on your list of thank yous tonight to help you make this happen?
Thank you guys. Thank Marvin. Want to thank FurnitureMartNC.com, and want to thank my tire changer Donnie Brooks with Brooks Farm. He did a heck of a job getting those tires on tonight.
Great run tonight, Brian. It's been our pleasure watching you lead this to victory lane. Dean, Brian Cole, your points leader here as we move through week number 6.
Yeah, man. Brian Cole, I mean, just a great racer, classy guy. Love to see him in the points lead. He's a great representative for this league and just did an awesome job here this evening. Just an amazing event there, especially at the end. I mean, these guys, these pit stops, we didn't get a chance to talk to them, but I mean, it's still a bit of a head scratcher for me, Baron. But guys will do funny things when they're trying to win a race, and they give them credit for that. They went out here and tried to get a victory here tonight.
Awesome race tonight from Thompson Motor Speedway. The Mystic Pizza 150 did not disappoint, Dean. It was great being back in the booth with you. Really appreciate the opportunity to watch these guys from the Raid Series turn laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Always great to have you here and great to have everybody watching. And we'll have all the coverage next week at 9:30. We'll have the Panhandler 200 from Five Flags, and we're looking forward to that one. Man, that'll put on a good show. Everybody loves Five Flags in the super late. So we'll have that next Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. But for tonight, here from Thompson, that's going to wrap it up. And we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.